attitudes in the news with us right now on to the next segment, because I know we're a little bit behind, but we only have a few minutes left. Any bad attitudes, repulsive attitudes that you noticed in the news this week, Donna?
Kind of like what you were saying, the Housewives thing has really, caused a big controversy. The pressing charges and the misdemeanor battery and, all of that. This goes back to exactly what I've been saying ever since these shows came on the air. This is what we are allowing ourselves to be entertained by. And I think if those women, I saw today Cameron Diaz and her two co-stars in the movie The Other Woman that's coming out this Friday, they were on Good Morning America and they were on the seat and they were talking about their friendships and about having women as friends, how refreshing it is to see women like each other and to see women compliment each other. They were great, and I'm hoping that just wasn't because they're on the publicity circuit, that they really are genuine like that. They were, giving each other props and kudos. And it really felt good to see that versus seeing women ripping their hair out and fighting on television.
And the names, I watched some of the video. You can find it on CNN. You can find it, the video. It's the reunion show, and I guess Portia Williams from the Housewives got arrested for misdemeanor battery because she got into it with the other woman. And what was very interesting, one of them said, you give my character something to the effect, you give my character a hard time. Bingo. These are characters, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
These women
are
basing their reality on a character, and now they're calling each other names and they're hitting each other for publicity. We talked about this last week with the woman who has just, I think even just today, released her sex tape with her boyfriend. I don't know the name. I don't know their names, so you'll have to look it up. Google's great for that. And the thing is there's this housewife, Portia Williams, and her other friend, and one's calling one a slut, and the other says you're a dumb hoe.
Yeah.
Really? This is the attitude that we see in the news. We don't see a lot of positive attitudes in the news.
And once again, it goes back to exactly what I said, because the news, they control what we see. Mm-hmm. They make it a big deal. And that's what gets me about something as positive as like what we do every week. And there's other links in our toe chain that put out so much positive, energy and so many positive things, but sometimes it gets outweighed by the negative that you see. I remember someone telling us when we first got started that when we were working on some scripts for some projects, that people want to see controversy. You remember that? Yeah, they want to see the drama. They want to see it. And it's sad because, go ahead.
I get that, but that's all we see. I don't see that we have controversy and then this is how you work it out. This is how you do it. I don't see that we're doing that.
Right. We're giving a solution. We're telling you we know you have a bad attitude out there. We know that we don't always have these attitudes, that you and I, try our best to have. We don't always have these attitudes. We get mad. We cry. We're angry. We feel helpless sometimes. We feel hopeless sometimes. But we know how to shift out of it. And that's the thing. These other shows, they gear you up 15 minutes of watching people badger each other, and then it goes off and we tune in next week to see who's going to get their ass kicked this week. Versus what we're trying to do is to say, okay, we understand you might have a problem with someone. We understand that you may be mad at someone. We understand that you may want to rip somebody's weave completely out of their hair. Let us show you how to shift that attitude. Let us show you how to get over that and make it better for yourself.
And you know what? There was somebody in the news this week that talked about being positive, and she talked about a shift in attitude. And it's Arianna Huffington, and she wrote a book called Thrive, and she's been on that sort of publicity circuit. But she's talking about this culture of go, 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 as one of the reporters said, I think. We're told that success is equals burnout. Like, you have to burn out to be successful. But she's discovering that you don't have to do that. There's all kinds of things you can do. Meditation would be one, and just recharging yourself and things like that. And I'm going to throw in attitude shifting, because these are all things that can help you be successful in life, have a great attitude towards your life, and you don't have to do what everybody else wants you to do, or that you assume is what equals success. So you don't have to burn yourself out. You don't have to burn the midnight oil. You can make it and be successful with a plan on how to shift through the potholes and the tight curves and the million lane highways that you're on, and when people get into your lane and all that kind of stuff. You can learn how to shift through it. And so I love that Arianna Huffington is out promoting her book, talking about this, that success does not have to equal burnout.
And that's so cool, because you can really, like you said, burn yourself out, with that, and making a shift and taking time, as we say, smell the roses, smell the flowers, take a pit stop sometimes just for yourself. Be selfish with your time sometimes. Pull away from everything and just go into yourself. We need to do that. And I think that that's one of the things that, once again, we've been told that's wrong to do. Oh, you're selfish. If you want to go get a mani or a pedi, or take time a whole day away from your kids, or take a small mini vacation without the children, it's wrong. Society says, oh, you're supposed to have your kids up your butt 24/7 if you're a good mom, or you're supposed to, have pearls on and high heels when your husband comes home, because that makes you a good wife. Those are the things that we've let control us for so long. We don't know how to take time for ourselves, and then we get burned out. Then we run away from the husband. We drown the kids. We blow our brains out because we don't know how to deal with that burnout. We allow so much on us because we're women. We can't get equal pay, but we can take all the world upon our shoulders. And so that's big for me. And I believe that when we live life to the fullest and we enjoy our lives first, you can't help anyone else until you're happy. And so we have to learn how to take time for ourselves and be selfish with our time and take lots of selfies.
Oh, I did a really good one the other day. I got my niece in it too, but I was like,
I love that picture. That was a great
the best selfie ever. I was telling John that I would have to crop it for him so he could put it in his wallet, because he carries a picture of me from like 20 years ago or 15 years ago or something.
Well, my husband told me today that he looked at the pictures on my page, and he says, you take great pictures.
Oh, yes.
And you know what? I do, because I am really happy. And I'm happy to take my camera and take a selfie. I am happy taking selfies. And so, you know what? There, people say, you take a picture every day and you post it up. Okay, so what? So what? And I tell everybody, if you want to be happy, take a selfie.
Well, I think that Facebook should have the most beautiful person of the year cover on Facebook, and it should be you, because you take good selfies. Because one of the other attitudes in the news that I was reading about was Lupita, who's the award-winning actress, I think
Oh,
for
I
12 Years a
agree.
Slave. Please don't. I don't remember these things. She got on the cover of People as the world's most beautiful person, and I think
Isn't
that's
that
great.
amazing?
But there's this whole attitude around it because she's black and she's very black,
No,
right? Her skin tone
it's
is very dark.
too dark.
And so there's this whole thing like, oh, like praise the Lord that she she got on this and that. Wait a minute, she's a beautiful woman. We have.
I
Do
know
we always have to come back to race? Do we always have to come back to race? That's you know.
you do.
I might be called like the reddest
Yes,
person.
you do.
I really don't know why, but anyway.
You know, we
Right.
have to come back to race because there's nothing else. Let's just keep it real, raw, and right on. We have to come back to race because they couldn't find anything else. So the first thing they said was,
No,
"Look, they put a real black girl on People."
but she
You
is
know,
beautiful. She is beautiful. That
yes,
line her up with a whole bunch of other celebrities from the year, and she is stunning. They picked it right.
yes. I think they picked perfectly because you know what? She is beautiful inside as well as out. Her attitude, her humility,
Great.
all that wrapped into one made her attitude, just added to that. And I think that that's what we overlook. We would rather put someone on the cover with long hair, blue eyes, or a sexy hunk, that maybe doesn't have that humble attitude, that maybe has been on the cover for so many times, you know, that we're tired of seeing them. It was great to see a fresh face on the cover. And I don't care if she was green. It was a fresh face with a positive attitude that mattered to me.
I think that I could take a picture of you from when you were green on the show at Halloween. And I should try to nominate you for the People cover next year. I think that I'm going to do that. Yeah.
That'd be, that would be great.
Yeah.
I took a selfie while I was sitting here, and I'm gonna post it up for all those that say, "Why does she always take so many pictures?" But it is about life. In our lives, we all have goals in our lives. We all have dreams. Hopefully, we all have dreams. And Tara Kennedy Klein said today, one of our titanium links, she says she's tired of seeing people say that they're chasing the dream, that we should not chase it, that we should just seize it, step on it, squash it, not chase it, capture the dream. And that shows what kind of life, that shows her life right there. She's not about chasing the dream. She's about, catching it. And I think that that's how we should look at our lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's just seize it. Seize the moment. Have fun. Smile. Don't be scared.
Well, you have to go and join our Facebook pages, Siobhan Shaw on Facebook, Donna M. Butler on Facebook, The Attitude Shift on Facebook. You can probably even find links to our pages through that page, The Attitude Shift on Facebook, and come and hang out with our friends there. They always have amazing things to say. Donna and I have great pages full of fun things that we're doing, and it's very entertaining, the answers that we get from our friends. And
Yeah.
and so please come and join us on our Facebook page. That's where we spend most of our time. We love Facebook. We don't do any of the other social media. And you can always find us and all our archive shows going back 5 years through Google Plus here, where you see us live and in person, to all our Blog Talk Radio shows with our amazing guests.